their game in the level of concentration. They need to understand the kind of player that they will be facing on a one-on-one kind of scenario, because it's not the game, the similar way of a game that they really have been embracing day to day. These are not the Iranian that did. And remember, they are playing in the African terrain. They are facing the Africa dynamism is quite different from what you would expect playing against Qatar and the like of Iran away from home.
Yes, it's a case of David versus Goliath when you talk about Kenya playing against Ivory Coast. That is one game that, you know, Kenyans will be looking forward to. And then you have, we are playing Burundi. And Olunga said that, you know, the players in camp are really, really hungry to make sure that they can prove a point.
You know why I like Kenya actually playing against Ivory Coast? I would have liked to see a full squad of Kenya trading against Ivory Coast. Simply because us here back at home, we see Ivory Coast as the giants, as you may put it, the Goliath side of it. Yes. But this player, they don't see necessarily, because our team is anchored more on professional players.
Yes.
The likes of the centre back, Joseph Okumu was actually literally fit enough to give us the result. Remember, he played in Reims. He plays against Diakite. Diakite is one of the Ivory Coast winger star, whom we saw in Africa Cup of Nations that would torment defenses. But if Okumu is there, he can actually bring the balance, try to tell the likes of Omurwa, this is just literally like any other player. We have played together and we know his kind of tactics. He can bring that kind of defensive kind of settling and really bring the edge that we want in the defensive progressivity. But if you think about Kenya, think about midfield.
Yes.
The Kenyan team has a lot of, let's say, talent at the midfield. And the midfield, you have seen Kenya actually selling more players from midfield. If the midfield can really settle this game, bring the game down, try to make player settle down very fast, then Kenya can be able to control the game and maybe try to balance that game. But if the midfield loses it all, I tell you for free, Ivory Coast will be out actually to give us a run for our money.
As a fan, do you feel that, you know, we should have hosted these games here in Nairobi, you know, to get that opportunity to see what our boys can do at home against these big teams? And what do you have to say about infrastructure, briefly, before we take a short break?
The circumstance that we are under and also given the urge that we are looking forward to host the bigger tournament, the biggest extravaganza in Africa, anyone would actually pardon the scenario that we are facing currently. Literally, if we will go ahead and host Africa Cup of Nations. But it will be so quite sudden to us if we can play away from home and then we end up not hosting Africa Cup of Nations. Even to me, I won't like it to be like that.
Yes.
But if we are literally sacrificing ourselves to the essence of hosting Africa Cup of Nations, then let it be. Everyone will wish to see Africa Cup of Nations being hosted in Kenya. If at all, the prevailing circumstances are the one that are making Kenya to play outside away from Kenya. But it will so much sadden to us if we can go play in Malawi and then later on we get told that we can't meet actually the
standards.
No, the deadline put ahead of us to really meet the standards, the FIFA standard, the CAF standard to host Africa Cup of Nations.
Yes.
That will be one of the undoing bits this country can do to football fanatic. But if you go around in our infrastructure, I think FIFA and CAF are trying to make Kenya to live to the game of the standards of our neighbors, Uganda and Tanzania. To the essence that they are trying to put each and every element that stadium will host Africa Cup of Nations to be of world-class quality. And that's why they want us actually to be away from this stadium, let the government do whatever that they want to do, and then when they come to assess them, let those stadiums be meeting those standards to allow us to enjoy this game when it comes to the time of us hosting it.
Well, even President Ruto a few minutes ago said that, you know, Masinde Buliro Stadium should be built to a level where it can host Manchester United and Arsenal. I want to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at what happened yesterday in the Champions League final, where Real Madrid triumphed over Borussia Dortmund. Cedric will be giving us his views on what happened yesterday and now what to expect from the winners and the losers. That will be after the break.